You're tuned into the WDKX podcast network where the conversation never stops. So let's get into it. You are listening to Parenting Tips with Dr. Glow, and I'm letting you know that education is in my DNA. The Harvard Center for Developing Children, as well as another organization, nonprofit in the Boston area, did some study and they did some research related to talking to our children, your children, about things that may cause them some despair or trouble because there's uncertainty. So, if we want to help our children during times of uncertainty, there's about 7 guidelines that they give to us as parents to help. So, let's be honest, uncertainty is not the best thing in the world. It's a big uh, issue in our world as a whole when we talk about just recently this week, and I'm in the middle of April, there was a shooting at a college in Georgia. I'm sorry, in Florida. And then there was a shooting at a high school in Texas. I'm sad to say there were some casualties. And especially if you've got children who are preparing for a big event like going to college or even traveling, there can be some challenges and some things that may cause them some anxiety. So, when there are things of uncertainty in the air, there are things that we as parents can do to help them through that situation or those situations. Number one, start with feelings. Feelings are for real. Our emotions do drive us in so many things that we do. Sometimes we can't trust those emotions, but we have to let our children know that it's okay to be nervous, it's okay to be confused or even mad. But how do you handle that? It's normal, it's okay, but how do you handle that is what's important. And many times I tell people um, when you're disappointed, it sometimes can lead to a new direction. Number two, be honest. Yeah, but keep it simple. So, yes, there are plane crashes. There's a family that died in a helicopter tour. There are things that we have no control over. But let's be honest with our children and give them a summary. They don't need to know every detail, especially our younger ones. The older ones may want to talk it out. Um, we don't know everything. We don't know what's going to happen beyond today, but at least help them to process things and what they can do with what they know. Number three, hmm, stick to the little things that stay the same. What are the things in their lives that are predictable? Things that are regular, things that are routine. So, yes, we do engage in different events during the holidays. So, whether it's the Easter egg hunt during Easter, whether it's summertime, you do a family trip, whatever it may be, try to stay with those routines because unpredictability is not the best thing, but there are moments when we can help them to know that things that are predictable will continue to happen. Number four, show calm in your voice, in your actions, in what you say. Um, Even though inside you may have bunny rabbits hopping up and down in your stomach or butterflies in your stomach, or you really want to scream from the rooftop, but they can pick up on our stress and our anxiety. Our children are very perceptive. They can pick up on things in your voice, in your actions, how you talk to others, and even how you talk to them. Breathing is a thing I've embraced, and one of the things I help to calm myself, especially when someone is driving in a manner that can cause an accident. I'm like, let me just breathe. I can't I can't control them, but I can control me. So, number 5, use play in stories. What do I mean by that? Playtime for children is a way in which they can embrace the world and get a sense of what the world's all about. And don't be surprised if you see when your child is, let's say, playing house or playing mommy with their baby doll, that they may act out their feelings with that baby doll or that imaginary husband or imaginary brother or whatever. They may draw and have pictures that may be kind of not comfortable to you, but at least they're expressing their feelings in that drawing. But it's a coping mechanism. It's a way in which they're able to express themselves without judgment. And then you can have a conversation and you can discuss. So it seemed like you had a conversation with your doll. Can you tell me about that? So embrace what they're doing when they're quote unquote playing. Number 6, it's important to understand that beyond what you know and what you have been reading about, there are factors that you just cannot control. So let them ask those questions. Let them wonder or say, what if, or what if this happens, or what if this happens? You don't need to know all the answers, but you can at least say, well, you know what? Let's see what happens the next time. Or let's talk about that the next time. What do you think about that? There are many times I would ask my children a question after they asked me a question. Now, I didn't do it intentionally to frustrate them, I was intentional about engaging with them. So I'll never forget when there was a serious accident and a dear friend died in the accident. And the question is, why would God take them? They're so young. And I would always say, or I would try to say back, so what do you think your friend would think about their death? And so I kind of talk and focus on their friend and maybe the relationship they had with their friend as opposed to the actual death of that friend. And number 7, the last one, focus on what they can do. Can't do anything about what happened with person X, but what is it that we can do? Well, I maybe, with younger children, I can write a card or draw a picture. Older children, it may be a matter of attending some type of service or visiting the person in the hospital if it didn't result in death. There are different things that you can do, but you can make them have power or be able to stay calm, control themselves in the situation. Um, and younger kids, you know, what do you think would be the best thing to wear? In other words, they can make choices and they have the power to make decisions. And there are some things that they just cannot make decisions about. That's just the reality. Remember, what your child needs most is you. They need you to be present. They need your honesty. They need to feel comforted by you. No matter what you're feeling on the inside, mom and dad, remember the important thing is whether it's the 20-year-old child or the 15-year-old or even the 5-year-old, they want you. My question to you is, what is it that you can do that will result in your being present during a time that your child needs you? You have been listening to and tuned into Parenting Tips with Dr. Glow on the WDKX Podcast Network, where the conversation never ends.